Gemini, this is going to be your general reading for the month of August 2018. I hope you guys are well. Feeling really hot right now from the weather outside. It's been threatening to rain all day off and on, but I'm really hoping it actually really rains. I live in a desert, and this year in particular, we haven't gotten enough moisture. The creek is dry that's downtown, and I'm really hoping it'll rain. This is going to be for Gemini rising, sun, and moon sign for the month of August 2018. In Gemini's best, highest good, and also anything that they really bad may be here. And I'm going to do an 11 card Celtic cross spread. Okay. Pardon me for being quiet. Hopefully you don't mind. I dropped my puppy off with a friend to watch him for a little bit so I could actually do this. He's kind of had a rough time today. He's missing my daughter quite a bit. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Okay, I'm probably going to pick some clarifiers, but before I do that, I'm going to show you the 11 cards with their positions. So, your central experience for the month of August is the Princess of Pentacles. Your countering situation or challenge to that is the Four of Swords. What's helping you or hindering you is the World. I may pick another one to go with that. At your root or your core is the Nine of Swords. Your recent past is the Ten of Wands. Your best possible outcome is the King of Pentacles. Your near future, this is nice, is the Knight of Cups. You right now are the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. In your surroundings is the Five of Swords. I'm definitely going to pick something to go with that. Your hopes and fears, I'm guessing this is a hope, is the Two of Cups. Your general outcome is Judgment, which is a major arcana card, and so this is a big deal. You have two other ones in here, 3 altogether out of 11, so okay. I'm going to pick a clarifier to go with your first card just to help me to narrow it down a little bit. All right. So, your central experience for the month of August 2018 says that you may have a new project or a budding new job or skill or talent or something that you just got started with that you're figuring out as you go. There's something about this situation that involves you having to kind of stand your ground or defend yourself to a certain degree. This could be a project that's in the beginning stages, and it's very fun for you, and you enjoy this project. But perhaps there are some things about it that are causing other people to criticize it, or or it could just be that you have a lot going on in your life right now that you have to deal with, and so you're trying to make space in order to actually really cultivate this new project. This could also be a situation where if you have a child in your life, you may be in some kind of a position where you have to defend your child, or you feel as though you have to defend your child. This could have something to do with school. Perhaps this child is having problems at school, or the school isn't necessarily what's the word? This could be school or daycare, or even, this can even be a grown child too. It doesn't have to be a young child. Normally it is a young child though. But I feel like their natural ingrained talents, or the things that the children themselves or child themselves really wants to cultivate more on this particular talent that they have, or they need more structure at school. And for whatever reasons, you may feel as though their needs are not being met, or they're not being challenged in a good way enough to be able to develop their skills enough. And so you may have to go into this. This is a very specific storyline in this. This isn't going to apply for everyone, but I definitely am getting something about this. So you may have to go to the school and speak up and really defend your child as far as what their needs are, how they feel that their needs aren't being met, or perhaps there's just something going on where they feel as though they're not as stable as they could be. This could not just have to do with school, but this could have to do with anything. It could be that well, okay, I'm going to move on and see if anything more comes out of this. This can also be defending your talents. It could be that you have a talent or something that you would like to cultivate more in your life, and perhaps, according to people around you, it's a talent that you shouldn't pursue, or a skill that you shouldn't pursue, or you're just trying to make room in your life for this thing to come into being. And so you may have to stay away from what is being perceived as a tax by other people on this project or this skill that you have that you'd like to develop more. Whatever's going on, you feel on the defense about it. So what is your challenge with this is rest. It could be that you feel as though there's a lot of things you have to do right now, and you may not have enough time to be able to rest or take it easy or take naps or just take care of your mental state. It could be that in order to make money right now, you feel as though you just have a ton of things you have to do, and you're trying to, So your challenge is rest. I think that's pretty straightforward. What is helping you or hindering you is the world. I think, if I remember correctly, you had the world in your last reading for July. So it seems like you're still on a journey of graduating. And there's an old cycle ending, a very large, long-term cycle ending in your life. And a whole new one is about to open up. And it seems like you're still juggling or adjusting or just trying to hold your ground while this last stages of the old cycle is passing away. So again, I think I probably gave you this advice before, but the same thing applies where things like dance, movement of your body, walking, martial arts, just anything that you enjoy that's physical or that stretches you, stretching is very beneficial for you at this time. So, as well as a need for flexibility, adaptability, and just keeping your balance while things are shifting like this. There's a lot of shifts going on for you right now. And again, it's a thing about lessons, your old karmic lessons that you have been learning for over this past long-term cycle. You are proving to Saturn at this time that you have finally learned this. I feel as though maybe one of your last little tests that you have has to do with feeling as though you need to defend yourself. I want to tell you, we all need to be reminded of this from time to time. I'm no exemption here, but there seems to be a final, one of your final lessons is to realize that you don't need to defend yourself at all. It's different if you're defending a child or if you have to speak up for a child, but it could be that you need to let go of any long-term final things having to do with feeling as though you need to either explain yourself to other people, defend your position to other people, to instantly have this feeling of that you're being attacked when perhaps this may just be your perception. This may not completely be going on the way that you think. And so try to remember that you don't need to explain yourself to anyone. You don't need to defend yourself to anyone. The people who understand will understand, and the people that don't. And you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. So if it does have to do with speaking up, focus on the speaking up part on the behalf of someone else rather than the defense attitude over someone else. So that's what's helping you or hindering you all at this. It's a one big giant mixed bag. So just remember to stay flexible and pay attention to what the lessons are. You'll recognize them because it may be a long-standing pattern from the past. So at your core, you do have stress and worries. So it makes me wonder what's going on with you. And also this part of this may be the reason on why you have the Four of Swords as your challenge, is you're trying to maintain peace of mind. And you're trying to stay away from worry and stress. But for whatever reasons, at your core, you're really worrying about something. So let me pull a clarifier and see what I can come up with on why that's happening for you and what you could possibly do about it. Okay, I'm going to pick one more. All right. So the first explainer one still doesn't really give me too much information on what this is, but I'm sure you know what it is, right? Whatever you've been worried about or stuck on has to do with possibly a choice or a decision you have to make, or you just may not be seeing what's available to you right now. It could be that you're locked up in negative thought patterns or worries or stress. So your remedy, I'm just going to give you the remedy. I'm sure you know what you've been worrying about. So the good news about the Nine of Swords, by the way, is that most likely it's the majority of whatever you're worrying about is probably being overblown by your mind, or maybe being re-triggered by triggers from the past. So your remedy for this is the Sun. So this says happiness, joy, creativity, children, enjoyment, doing fun things. And I'm also getting quite a bit in here about getting enough sunlight. You may not be spending enough time outdoors. You may need to spend a little bit more time outside in the sun, just enjoying yourself with children, or just doing creative things that you enjoy that have nothing to do with any of this other stuff. And also to have confidence in your own self. you know, to stand tall in who you are and enjoy who you are as a person. And it has a lot to do with self-confidence and self-esteem and just realizing that you're a special person. Maybe there's something about this fear of being judged thing or feeling attacked that is cutting down on this feeling of, it's almost like you feel as though you have to defend yourself as a person. I don't know why. I hope that that's not the case, but in any case, this is your remedy, is don't forget to have fun, realize what a special person you are, and to possibly get more sunlight or outdoor activities that have nothing to do with anything else other than having fun. So in your recent past, you have the Ten of Wands. So this leads me to believe in the recent past you've been bogged down with things that you're trying to do, too many things that you're trying to do, too many tasks, too many physical things that you have to do, possibly resulting in back pain or a feeling of total exhaustion. So this can also be taking on burdens for other people. So if you've been doing that, if you've been feeling overly responsible for other people or possibly young people or young projects, you may want to really look at what you're carrying or what you have been carrying and see if there's any way you could lay some of those things down, especially if they don't belong to you. So let me pull another clarifier to go with that card. And one more. Okay. This could have something to do with legalities or making sure that things are fair and that you are being treated fairly. If you do happen to have or have had some kind of legal stuff going on, you really have tried your best to stand up and present your side of the case, if that's true. And from what I'm getting here, something about this process really exhausted you. Perhaps you had to do a lot of research, or maybe, you know, you weren't able to find a lawyer, and so you had to try to figure out how to represent yourself, or just dealing with the laws and legalities of things. Something about this has drained you in the recent past where you just feel exhausted. But if that is, I realize not everyone is in some kind of a court issue, but I am getting a message about this. So I am going to tell you that you did a really good job. You did a really good job of presenting your side of it and presenting facts. I see you as doing really well with this. And it just, through this whole process, it's just made you tired. Without it having to do with legal issues, this leads me to believe that you really have stood up and presented a case. Same sort of thing, except not legally, with possible other people to make sure that situations going on in the recent past have been as fair as possible and all sides have been looked at. You may have even had, again, had something to do with speaking up on the behalf of someone else. So just remember, as long as you have been fair yourself, you will be fairly dealt with. I see this as doing well as far as how you were received for this. So as your best possible outcome, you have the King of Pentacles, which is feeling totally grounded, comfortable in your own body and skin, feeling prosperous, feeling like through your hard work and effort in the past, you have truly created something long-lasting and stable for yourself. Kings or court cards in general can also be allies, or people that come into your life in order to be an example for something that you are trying to cultivate in your own being. This can also be significant others, as in romantic partners, friends, family members, just people in your life. In which case, this is a mature person, doesn't have to be a man, can be a man or a woman, that is very grounded, comfortable in their body and their own skin, knows how to manifest, knows how to create what they want that is long-lasting, fruitful, and prosperous. someone very patient and calm, someone with a great sense of humor. And he or she, is also quite generous, especially with people that they can see they just need funding or they need something in particular in order to get started with something. So this can also be a benefactor of sorts as well. So this is your best possible outcome, is perhaps someone in your life that is acting as a guide for you at this time, and it can also be an aspect of yourself, and oftentimes it's both. So this looks very good to me. I'm going to leave that at that. I don't feel like I really need to pick anything else with that. In your future, near future, it looks like you're going to be, if you're single, I'm getting something specific that you are going to be meeting someone who shows an interest in you, who seems very sincere and very loving. Could be possibly someone younger than you. If not younger than you, just has a very youthful, bright, romantic, poetic soul. Someone who's very sensitive and kind. And this person obviously has some kind of an interest in you, and you may possibly receive some kind of an invitation to get to know them better or go somewhere fun with them. If that happens to ring true or happens, I would suggest that you accept it, even if it seems to be someone that is not your usual type, or not usually someone that you would be attracted to. I feel like this person has a very beautiful heart and a very beautiful soul, and if anything, just go for fun, just to enjoy yourself. It doesn't have to be anything serious in the future. If this isn't romantic, then it's just saying you have dear souls cropping up in the near future that are reminding you that even though you may have been in some situations in the past where you feel as though you need to defend yourself or be on the defense, that is not the case with these people. These people you can feel completely comfortable with, and you do not have to feel as though you are on the defense. These are people that actually open up your heart and make you feel a lot more comfortable. So, and this can also have to do with following your own heart and following your own bliss. Perhaps doing some things. I'm kind of getting day trips or short vacations, or just getting out and doing things that you enjoy, where you feel like you're still having adventures. You're still doing fun things that open up your heart and make you feel better. Possibly something to do with water or creeks or bodies of water where you could go swimming, or just doing things in the future that you feel bring magic back into your life again, where you can let down those shields for a little bit. So right now, you are the Wheel of Fortune. So this is telling me you're about to have really good fortune. You may already be feeling it. You may already feel like things are starting to finally move. Perhaps maybe before things were kind of at a standstill, or with this world situation as what's helping you or hindering you, that you are in the midst of this threshold experience. You're starting to see that things are moving now, and you feel like things are moving for the better. Things are getting better. You're noticing more lucky moments with yourself. So that's wonderful. Keep on accepting this and rolling with it. There isn't really anything to be known about this other than the fates have something wonderful in store for you, and all you have to do is just accept it and go with it. You may also about to embark on some kind of a gateway right now that is going to bring in positive experiences you, especially for the next 12 months or 1 year exactly. So I am definitely going to be picking a card to go with this. In your surroundings, it looks like you're having to deal with either a difficult person or several different difficult people, or some kind of difficult situation in your surroundings where you feel possibly betrayed or slandered or deliberately hurt by somebody or manipulated by somebody. There may also be mental conflict going on in your surroundings. Possibly people are fighting or disagreeing with one another or just something. So let me pull another card to explain that further. Okay, I'm going to pick one more. All right. Difficulties with a friendship. Maybe you had a friend in your life that you thought was a true friend, and it turned out that they were a little bit sneaky or ended up to be kind of judgmental or cruel to you, or just fooled you in some way where you didn't see this coming. It may have something to do with situations with children, or possibly I'm getting something in here about possibly fighting over the same lover, or a friend that was duplicitous, or they wanted something that you had, or you wanted something that they had. Just something going on there. Perhaps false invitations, or some kind of conflict among friends, where you felt as though you let your guard down and somehow this person betrayed you, or slandered you, or gossiped about you to other people in some way. So let me pull a remedy card and see what I can come up with. You have the Three of Pentacles as what your remedy is for that. So continue to shine your light and put yourself out there. Continue to enjoy your friendships. Just because that particular friendship or friendships turned out to not be that great, it doesn't mean that all friendships are like that. You know that. But this is reminding you not to put your guard up so bad over this that you're keeping good people out. Continue to shine your light. Continue to do your own thing. Continue to follow your bliss. And if for some reason someone has wronged you, don't forget that you have justice in your reading in the near past. So I feel like whatever that is will be righted by the universe, and there isn't really much you have to really do about it at this point, except just keep on moving forward and enjoying your life, and the rest will fall into place. So your hopes, this is very obvious to me, is that you will attract some kind of a beautiful love. If you happen to be single, if you are in relationships, you're hoping to have more harmony. Not that you haven't had any harmony, but to have more harmony in your relationships where you're really seeing eye to eye and are able to come up with compromises and solutions to things together. To combine your energies in a good flow where you feel as though both of your needs are being met. I see romance as being something that you're hoping to balance out or reignite or attract if you feel as though you don't have this. And also this is about hoping for good alliances, good friendships, and good combinations with other people where you don't have to necessarily deal with difficult situations anymore. You really just want to attract the people into your life where you just have an easy rapport with them. And there isn't much effort that needs to be done. It's just already there, this feeling of harmony. So focusing on people like that in your life is the best thing you can do. And keep on hoping for this. Keep on wishing for this. So your general outcome is judgment. So if for some reason you have been in some kind of a court issue, your general outcome is that you will receive some kind of a judgment one way or another on how this thing is going to be resolved. Normally I don't read into the judgment card things to do with the justice world, but because you have justice in here at the same time, that's naturally just leads me to that conclusion, that you will hear your judgment soon, or the judgment soon. And your general outcome is to let go of anything that does not serve you on your path in life, that makes you feel like you are fulfilling something meaningful, or some kind of meaningful purpose that you have, or just your path, the thing that you want to do with your life, where you want to go. I feel like your instincts have been on mark, and that you have already been doing things to follow this calling, or what you feel you're called to do at this time. But you may have to do a little bit more weeding, of letting go of old thought patterns, old emotions, old patterns in general. This is kind of reminding me of the world here. That's also in your reading. So yeah, fully letting go of those old lessons and realizing you don't have to take it that seriously. Just let go of it. And then you will have clear space to be able to cultivate this new path in your life. So, and also, there may be a chance for things to be worked out, at least with releasing negative karma from the past, where you don't necessarily have to have cords attached to that anymore. I feel like, yeah, I think that's it. So between your two outcomes, your best possible outcome is the King of Pentacles, which is all about feeling grounded, feeling safe, feeling comfortable, having what you need, and creating abundance for yourself. Staying calm, staying patient, staying productive, enjoying your life. Also taking care of your body, and also a possible ally coming into your life that shows these qualities, or one that is already in there that's more predominant at this time. And your general outcome is that you need to let some things go in order to completely continue to follow your calling or your path in life. And things are becoming much clearer to you at this time and in the general future or general outcome, where it becomes very obvious to you the contrast between those two things. Whatever helps you to move forward, and whatever hinders you to move forward. And whatever hinders you, it's time to let it go. So, okay, hopefully that helped in some way, or at least made sense. And I wish you all the best. Much luck to you. And if you would like to, check out your bonus reading on my channel as well. That will be about relationships, your career, and your health. Okay, take care.